È bello amare il calcio. Lega Serie A e Team presentano la Serie A Team.
A date with the past for Inter coach Luciano Spalletti, who faced his one-time employers. At the San Siro last year, he masterminded an AS Roma victory.
He'll go on alone and he'll blast the ball into the roof of the net!
A year on, he was in the opposite dugout, seeking a second straight win over his old club after conquering the capital earlier this season. The Spalletti factor added extra spice to an already mouth-watering fixture. Only victory would suffice for Inter and AS Roma in the race for a Champions League finish. The hosts had fallen off the pace after a winless run which stood at 50 days. The Romans, meanwhile, had not only lost 2 of their past 3 games, but also had to contend with transfer rumours surrounding star striker Edin Dzeko.
Standing start, delivers a deep cross. The header! Just wide, Perisic.
The last 10 head-to-heads in Milan had produced an average of 3.5 goals per match, and another goal-laden clash appeared on the cards.
Ball to the back post, here's a chance, Perisic steps inside, Alisson makes a save, Borcavalero with the shot blocked, and Inter took for a need to get the shots away. Ball played forward, Santom with a mistake, El Shaarawy! El Shaarawy!
Even the master of the cucchiaio himself, giallorossi great Francesco Totti, rose to his feet after Stefan El Shaarawy broke the ice in style.
Here's a chance now, Icardi! Into the box, Icardi! He's put it wide! Through the middle. Icardi's in here!
Mauro Icardi was repeatedly frustrated in his attempts to reach the century mark for goals scored in Serie A. Luciano Spalletti used the break to plot changes and swing the tide in Inter's favour. Inter were determined to extend the positive trend which had seen them find the back of the net in the 7 previous meetings with the Romans.
Ball here into space for Adair to chase on to. Adair's into the box, Adair! Perisic puts the ball back. Icardi! Off the post! Alisson makes a wonder save!
Inspired Alisson was keeping the Nerazzurri at bay, but the hosts did not lose heart.
And delivered across the left foot, which he does. The downward header! And the equaliser! Vecino!
Inter's efforts were eventually rewarded, as a late equaliser from Mattias Vecino kept AS Roma behind in the standings. But the giallorossi will have a second chance to go level with the Nerazzurri when they face Sampdoria in midweek.
We pinned Roma back in the second half and gave everything to bring home the win. We always want to win, but a draw is still a good result for the team. We showed fighting spirit and battled back for a deserved point.
I hope my goal would prove to be the match winner, but it wasn't to be. This result naturally leaves a bitter taste because we were minutes away from victory. We came close to defending our lead, even if I think we could have done better in the second half.
It was a hard-fought contest. Both teams battled hard, and I think a draw is the right result. Roma played well in the first half, but we hit back in the second half and put in a performance full of heart and determination.
Abbiamo smesso un po' di giocare, We took our foot off the accelerator after taking the lead, and our approach from then on was not good enough. In the future, we need to make sure we do everything possible to kill off the contest.
We should have taken advantage of the chances that came our way. We also made a lot of errors in the closing stages of the match, and we weren't always sharp enough with our build-up play. It was a similar story versus Atalanta in the first half. Nevertheless, we played with a lot of character today, and that is a positive thing for us to build on.
We need to make sure we start winning again as soon as possible. Otherwise, we will run the risk of throwing away all the hard work we have done up until now. Our aim is to be at the top end of the table and fight for the positions that matter. We want to be battling with the best and the strongest teams in the league.